Before he became one of the most talked about political figures in America, before pundits debated him on national news, before headlines called him history-making and controversial, Zohran Mamdani was a boy carrying the legacy of multiple worlds in his heart. Worlds of migration, identity, justice, and ambition. This is not just the story of a politician. This is the story of a global citizen rising from diverse roots, shaped by the struggles of ordinary people, and propelled by a belief that politics can and should serve the many, not the few. This is the story of Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Kwame Mamdani was born on October 18, 1991, in Kampala, Uganda, into a remarkable family whose influence would shape his worldview. His mother, Mira Nair, is an acclaimed filmmaker known for exploring identity and cross-cultural stories on screen. His father, Mahmoud Mamdani, is a respected academic in African and post-colonial studies. From the beginning, Zohran's life was woven from threads of art, activism, and intellectual inquiry. When Zohran was still a young child, his family moved to Cape Town, South Africa, where he attended St. George's Grammar School. The experience of growing up in a country still wrestling with the legacy of apartheid gave him an early sense that societies are shaped and scarred by history and power. But the story didn't stop there. At the age of 7, Zohran's family moved once more, this time to New York City, a place defined by diversity, competition, inequality, and possibility. New York would become his home, his battlefield, and ultimately his political stage. From his public school days, Zohran's talents and passions began to emerge. He attended the Bronx High School of Science, an institution known for nurturing brilliant minds. There, he didn't just absorb knowledge, he created, co-founding the school's first cricket team, learning leadership early, and experiencing the power of collective action. New York State Assembly. After high school, Zohran enrolled at Bowdoin College in Maine, where he studied Africana studies, diving deep into history, identity, and resistance movements. At Bowdoin, he co-founded a chapter of Students for Justice in Palestine and organized movements against systems he saw as unjust. These years transformed him from a thoughtful student into a committed activist who believed that structural change was possible and necessary. After college, rather than pursuing a lucrative professional career, Zohran chose something that would define his path: organizing. He briefly joined Change Corps, a community organizing program, only to resign with the belief that the organization was undermining its own workers. In doing so, he embraced a lesson he would carry into politics. Organizing isn't just rhetoric, it's power built from everyday people. Before entering formal politics, Zohran also worked as a foreclosure prevention housing counselor in Queens, battling for families on the brink of eviction. In that work, he saw firsthand how economic policy affects real lives, and it laid the foundation for his lifelong campaign focus on housing justice and affordability. In 2017, Zohran joined the Democratic Socialists of America, DSA, drawn by its commitment to economic justice, workers' rights, and democratic reforms. He supported progressive candidates and policies, driven by a belief that public institutions should serve people, not corporations. Then came a pivotal moment, a moment that would shift his life from activism to elected office. In 2020, Zohran Mamdani announced his campaign for the New York State Assembly, representing the 36th District in Queens, including neighborhoods like Astoria and Long Island City. Against all odds, he defeated a 5-term incumbent in the Democratic primary, winning a narrow but significant victory. He went on to serve in the State Assembly, where his focus was clear: housing reform, tenant protections, public ownership of utilities, and economic equity.
Trending young voters, grassroots organizers, and working-class families flocked to his message. He supported bold policies such as free bus transit pilots, rent freezes, and stronger tenant protections, proposals that made him a favorite among progressives, especially young and working-class New Yorkers. His early career was not without criticism. Opponents questioned his limited time in traditional governance roles, and some commentators highlighted the small number of bills he passed, even as an assembly member. Yet his supporters argued that his strength was not in legislative thermometers, but in shaking up a political system many felt was unresponsive and out of touch. By the time the 2025 New York City mayoral election approached, Zohran Mamdani was no longer just a local legislator, he was a movement. Running as a democratic socialist, he campaigned on transforming New York City into a city that worked for everyday residents rather than elite interests. His platform included universal childcare, rent freezes, free public transit, a $30 minimum wage by 2030, taxes on large corporations to fund public services, and city-run grocery stores aimed at combating food insecurity. His campaign was unconventional. It was fueled by tens of thousands of volunteers who used digital organizing, social media engagement, and grassroots signs to reach voters in every borough. Young progressives, immigrant communities, renters, and working-class families found his message not only compelling, they found hope in it. On November 4, 2025, Zohran Mamdani achieved a historic victory. He won the mayoralty of New York City over former Governor Andrew Cuomo and Republican Curtis Sliwa, becoming the city's youngest mayor in over a century, its first Muslim mayor, first South Asian mayor, and first foreign-born mayor in decades. His victory marked a seismic shift in one of the world's most influential cities. His inauguration on January 1, 2026, was itself filled with symbolism. Taking the oath on multiple Qurans, including one that once belonged to a historic African diaspora scholar, he highlighted his Muslim faith and commitment to inclusivity. It was a moment that stirred celebration and controversy, proving that his journey was not just political, but cultural. But the story does not end there. As mayor, Mamdani's ambitious agenda faces enormous challenges. Critics warn that his bold proposals may strain the city's budget, especially with projected fiscal gaps. Others question whether Albany and state government will cooperate with his reforms. His reversal on certain campaign promises, such as maintaining mayoral control of public schools, showed the real politic he now must navigate as a city leader. At the same time, supporters see a leader unafraid to fight for ordinary people. Leaders like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders stood with him, and tens of thousands celebrated his climb from grassroots underdog to the highest office in New York City. Zohran Mamdani's story is far more than a rise from obscurity to power. It is a global tale, shaped by diverse geographies, cultural roots, and ideologies. It is a story about youthful energy confronting old establishment politics. It is about people reclaiming their voice in a city long dominated by entrenched power. And it is not just about one campaign or one election. It is about a generation questioning old certainties and daring to imagine something different. Whether history ultimately judges him by his successes or failures, Zohran Mamdani has already transformed the political landscape, not just in New York, but across America. And stories like his, complex, inspiring, divisive, and human, are what we explore here. Welcome to Explainary, where we don't just tell stories, we explain the forces shaping our world.